Hi, I'm KD, and welcome to Forgive the Podcast. Let's get the show started. So today, I was going to speak about a few things. I went over a few of the notes, right? Not the notes, but of course for the notes for the night and everything like that, but just notes, just over the course of, the time period of So Gifted being, in existence and things of that nature. I was going to speak about certain things in no particular entities or groups in corporate America right now. Um, this is what I would say. I've been going over some notes, and I would like to hear from a few entities and groups in corporate America. I'm just putting that out there. You know who you are, and we're moving on. So today, I would like to start off with TurboTax. I'm not sure if people still using TurboTax. TurboTax they have a settlement, 4.4 million customers, a settlement worth 141 million. But the Intuit, the maker of the TurboTax, means that millions of people many with low income will receive checks in the mail beginning this week. TurboTax maker Intuit, settled a legal dispute last year over how the company handled the marketing of its tax preparation software from 2016 to 2018. I stated, about 4.4 million people who believed they were getting TurboTax for free ended up paying for the product. Some reportedly as much as $100. By requiring consumers to pay for tax return services that should have been available for free, the Intuit cheated taxpayers out of the hard-earning money, like most people in America that's going on with their business practice. As Pennsylvania Attorney General Michelle Henry said in a statement about the legal statement, Henry joined Attorney General from Tennessee, Florida, and announcing the 141 million multi-state agreement with Intuit. However, all 50 states and the District of Columbia signed on to the settlement as well. So DC, you're on the list as well too. Consumers who were eligible to use the IRS free file product for the tax years of 2016, 2017, and over 2018, but were told that they weren't eligible for TurboTax free edition, and so paid to use the TurboTax paid product. IRS free file allows certain taxpayers, usually those with moderate and low income, to file federal income taxes returns online using the free guide tax preparation software. So as a kid, I've been hearing about TurboTax. People have been going there and, you pay for their services and you get, your return at a reasonable time frame from what I can understand or gather over the years. So for them to be on my radar, it's not a good look. People have been working hard, over the years, and they pay for their services to get done so they can get their return, which is rightfully theirs, and they got to worry about those who's supposed to be helping them get their money back. If you've been dealing with TurboTax, you got something coming in the mail for you, so look out for that. Something else came across. So the airlines. I seen something about the airlines. I know a lot of people over the last few months, maybe over the last year, the inconvenience of their flights getting delayed and or canceled, and some wasn't able to get home to their loved ones or work or just back home. They've been complaining, the customers, right? So I guess it's time is up to where it's though now that President Joe Biden spoke on himself and his administration are writing new rules requiring airlines to compensate passengers for significant flight delays and no cancellation, like I stated, when the carriers are responsible. Later this year, the administration will propose a historic new rule that would make a mandatory, that's good, other things need to be mandatory as well, not voluntary, but mandatory for all U.S. airlines to compensate you with meals, hotels, taxis, ride shares, and rebooking fees and cash miles and or travel vouchers whenever they are the ones to blame for the cancellation and or delays. And that's all on top of refunding the cost of your ticket. Yeah, I've noticed like a lot of those people been very complaining. I've heard that people been at the airport for a whole 4 day, just waiting just to get on the flight that they paid for, and it was not allowed to. Now some was for weather costs, but some of them just, I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I'm glad that it has gotten to other people's radar to fix this, because people just want to arrive safe and get to their loved ones, and that's all you can ask for. And just good business practice. That's just pretty much what it sums up to. Next, that's on my radar. So I believe over the pandemic. Let me see if I get this stuff correct. Okay. With the COVID-19. Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties. They are being recalled after the FDA warns of the significant concerns about the bacterial contamination. So the home testing kit, it's bacteria contaminant. The home test made by the SD Biosensor Inc. and distributed by the diagnostics has been found to have bacteria contamination. Okay, so is that they can also affect the reliability of the COVID-19 test, giving false negative or false positive results. Once again, the test was distributed to CVS Health stores and Amazon. So over the 2-year pandemic, people mainly were home, so people was ordering a lot. Amazon definitely did what it did for the economy, helping out with goods and services, things of that nature. So a lot of people do order off of Amazon. Definitely was going to CVS. The FDA is currently working to find out how many of the tests then sold on to the consumers. At this time, the FDA believe at least, this is a crazy number. The FDA believes at least 516,000 contaminated tests were distributed. 516,000 contaminated tests were distributed. Okay, how do I know if the test is contaminated? But I'm gonna let that sink. 516,000 people have been. They had home remedy tests that they took for themselves and their loved ones, and they had received mixed signals. Okay, how do you know if the test is contaminated? Okay, all boxes of the pallet COVID-19 at-home test kit will have a lot number on them. The FDA has a list of the lot numbers that are covered under the recall. You can check the list. If the lot number from the box matches a number on the list, then you have a test kit that is involved in a recall. So from in a previous episode, the bacteria in the clouds and people walking on clouds, I also seen and I heard about ginger ale. I know most people where I come from, I'm from Washington, D.C., love drinking ginger ale, most without ice, room temperature. Ginger ale don't have ginger in it. I believe I heard it was kind of dry. But, I would like for you all to check into that. So from that, homemade kits for COVID tests, and it's been a lot that's been taking place over 2.5 years of this pandemic, from mental health, from health, from work, from finances, from the economy, living, schooling, shootings, just a lot that's going on today. People are surviving. Well, that always have existed, right? People are just surviving. That never have changed, but it's at an all-time high that everyone is looking out for themselves because of the pandemic and mental health and those things. I can understand that, however you want to identify, but also, when it comes to business, in corporate America, or just anything in life, it's a good way of doing things, and then it's a bad way of doing things. Now, to each his own. Can't judge anyone else's win. So whatever you prefer, that's how you're going to be identified as okay. That's it. There's no playing offense when it comes to, respecting, and or loving thy neighbor and things of that nature. Sometimes people like to play along the fence. Just stay on the side that you want to be on, and everything will be okay. It will be much simpler for you. So we need to do better as people, taking care and or respecting each other, all the way down to your neighbor, your co-workers, your loved ones, your spouse, your siblings. They say tomorrow's not promised, so why